What's up, y'all? So today what I want to talk about is Stevens Transport Contractor Division. Where do I even start? So basically how it's gonna work is, let's say you've applied for Stevens and you've done your research on Stevens. Once you go to Stevens, to their yard for your schooling, because they do have the schooling there, or if you live out of state and you go to one of their sponsored schooling, once you complete that, your 3 to 4 weeks or whatever, you'll go back to the yard for 4 days of orientation. Excuse me. You'll go back to the yard for 4 days of orientation. During this time, now I'm going to skip a lot of stuff during orientation. We're just talking about contractor division right now. During orientation, one of our recruiters will come down there and he'll talk to you about it a little bit. He might ask you some questions. He might ask you, like, what have you heard about it, and this and that and the third. And basically, just to start, there's going to be a form that you can fill out. It's a yes or no question, and he's going to give you like a contract division pamphlet or whatever, you know, like one of those pamphlets that, you know, sometimes people bring to your front door or whatever. So he's going to bring you one of those, and you're going to fill out a form, and that little form, the little yes or no question, is going to be, it's going to ask you, you know, when you go out with a trainer for your 4 to 6 weeks of 240 hours of training, would you like to go with a contract trainer, or would you like a company trainer? You know, it's that simple. Pretty simple question. You either want a contract trainer or you don't. I will say this, most of our contractors are trainers. We have company trainers too, but most of them are contractor. And he's going to tell you that. And, you know, when you go out with your trainer, that's most likely going to be a contractor, just saying. When you go out with them, they're not really going to talk money with you, because that's really none of your business. No offense, but that's just, you just don't do that. You know what I mean? They're going to more kind of show you how to do the business, how to show you how to do some things, and tell you some things about the contractor division. That's another thing that your trainer should tell you. There's more things about the contractor division. Now, once you do all that training with your contract trainer, you're going to go back to the yard for grad class. During grad class, excuse me again, during grad class, you're going to, I believe it's 2 or 3 days, something like that. I can't remember how long it is, but it's 2 or 3 days. Our recruiter will come down there again, and at this point, this is before you get a truck, right? So before you get a truck, this is your time. You can either go pre-alliance and get a pre-alliance DM, or you can stay company. What pre-alliance is at this point is you have to run so many miles in 30 days to qualify to be a contractor. I believe almost 2 years ago at this point when I started, it was 7,500. I don't know if they raised it or not. They should, because here's my quick opinion on that. 7,500 miles is nothing. That's like 1,900 miles a week. it's like 1,900 to 2,100 miles a week. Anybody can do that. The contractor division needs to raise it, because why contractors are coming out here and they're failing is because 7,500 miles a month is nothing. Then they're coming out here as a contractor in a contractor truck with a truck payment running 7,500 miles a month, doing like 2,000 miles a week, if that, and they're getting these little checks, you know. To qualify, if I was in charge of contractors or Alliance, aka Alliance, you would have to run at least, let's say, at least close to 9,000 miles in a month to qualify. Because most contractors out here, such as myself, I run at least close to 10,000 miles a month. So I think I do pretty good for myself. Anyway, going back, once he comes down there and talking to you in grad class, you can go pre-alliance or not, or you can go company. Like I said, pre-alliance is going to qualify you to be a contractor. Anybody qualifies. I mean, anybody can qualify. That's why I'm saying. That's why we need to separate who is made for the contractor division and who is not. You know, because not everybody at Stevens is made to be a contractor or owner-operator or AKA Alliance, whatever you want to call it. They don't like you calling it Alliance. I'll tell you all that right now. Don't call it Alliance in front of them. Call it contractor or owner-operator. Don't call it Alliance. They don't like that. So let's say you go pre-alliance, because we're not talking about company right now, right? We're talking about contractor division. So let's say those of you that do go pre-alliance, like I said, 30 days, 7,500 miles. After that, go back to the yard. Once you qualify, you'll get a call from somebody, contractor division, either one of the recruiters or the operations manager or something like that. And they're gonna tell you, you know, congratulations, you know, you've qualified, things like that. Go back to the yard. You're gonna do, again, it's almost like grad class, but it's not. But it's 2 or 3 days of, I think it's 3. So it's Business 101, Business 102, and Conversion class. Or is Business 102 part of Conversion class 2? I think they put it together. So it's Business 101, Business 102, and Conversion class. I think. Don't quote me on it, because I'm not for sure. It's been a while. Okay, it's been a long time. Feels like it anyway. Once you do that, you're going to get your truck. And you can do a 1-year lease. And I'll just say this. The 1-year lease is no lease completion bonus. The 2-year lease is a lease completion bonus. The 3-year lease is a lease completion bonus. I've never known anybody to do a 3-year lease. All I've ever heard of is 2, but they say that there is a 3. They say that there is a 3. So there's that. Oh, something else I wanted to say. If you do a 1-year lease, from the day you leave the yard, your first week is a free truck payment. After that first week, 4 weeks equals 1 month. You will have 1 month of discounted truck payments. If you do a 2-year lease, your first week, same thing, no truck payment. But then you get a 8 weeks, which is 2 months of discounted truck payments. I did 2-year, although after my year, I went lease to purchase, because well, we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry. So, and 3-year, same thing, like I just said, right? Except for, I guess, you would have 12 weeks of discounted truck payment. Not sure on that though. You would have to ask them on that. I'm not gonna, don't quote me on it because I'm not for sure, but it don't sound right anyway. So after that, once you leave the yard, so I always left the yard on a Monday starting up a new lease, like I did my first lease, and then I did my lease to purchase. I always left on a Monday because your cutoff date is a Wednesday. The truck payment's due on a Monday, but your cutoff is a Wednesday, if that makes sense. So I was left on a Monday, and I'd scan in the following Tuesday or Wednesday. That way it gives me like an extra couple days. Anyway, I try to cheat a little bit. Just to maximize my miles and money. I mean, that's just the way it is, but... And here's the thing. After, let's say you do a 2-year lease. After all of your incentives and things like that are over, that's when it's going to be, is the contractor division really for you? After your free discounts and things like that, or truck payment deductions or whatever, or truck payment, can't think right now, I had a brain fart. After your truck payment, discounted truck payment, things like that. And getting into this part, this is what I don't understand. You know how many company drivers I've talked to on our yard that says, man, you're a fool, man this, man that. You're gonna hear so many good things and bad things about the contractor division, it's unreal. And here's the thing, the contractor division is not for everybody, but there is some drivers at Stevens that acts like if the contractor division is not for them, that it's the end of the world, and it ain't. You know, if the contractor division ain't for you, it's okay. You know, go back company. I mean, in the contractor division, you know, like we have a home time account. We have maintenance account, things like that. So like, here's another thing. Like, if your first 90 days in the contract division, from the day you leave the yard in the truck, your first 90 days, I believe they give it to you for free. Like, let's say, you know, you leave the yard with your contract truck, and 6 weeks later, you know, like 40 something days later, you're like, oh, I can't do this, you know, it's just not for me. Then you can turn the truck in and there's no cost to you. But let's say you become a contractor and 6 months later, 6 to 8 months later, you're like, man, I can't do this. It's not for me, and I can't keep up with it, and I keep digging myself in the hole. Well, at that point, when you turn the truck in, well, let's back up for a second. So before they give you the truck, they do an inspection on the truck. You and one of the shop managers or something like that do a walk around on the truck. If you turn that truck in, because they have everything, they have the tire tread depth when they gave you the truck, they have the brake lining and all that. If you turn that truck in 6 to 8 months later and you decided, oh hey, the contractor division is not for me, then your maintenance account will be deducted, whatever, if it needs new tires or new brakes, or if something's broke or something like that, you're gonna pay for that. The maintenance account's for the truck anyway. Your home time account is for you. That's basically how that works. And that's why I was saying, that's why I backed up for a second. Like, if you walk away from the lease, you know that you have 90 days to decide if it's for you. If you can get past the 90 days, I don't understand why some of you walk away. Because if you do a 1-year lease, you only get discounted truck payments for 4 weeks. You do a 2-year lease, you get 8 weeks. 8 weeks is 2 months. You still had a whole another month to see if it was for you without any incentives. That's what I don't get. That's why I don't understand how people walk away from it 6 months later. Some people will sit there and say, oh, the contractor division is only for people that want to train. Not true. Not true. That is beyond not true. Okay? I'm not a trainer. And I don't want to be. I'm probably not going to be. And I do just fine. I'm not going to say how much my paychecks are, but I do fine. I'm okay. I'm doing decent, I don't need to be a trainer to make a lot of money. Hell, being a trainer anyway would only add about an extra maybe $600-700 to my checks. It's not worth it to me to have a student on here that's getting on my nerves and really pissing me off. I like to have my space. I like, that a little bit of extra money is not worth it for me. Plus them, I do things a certain way, and when they don't do it that way, like for example the gloves that you fuel with and things like that, and do the landing gear with. I had one student get in my truck because I did train one, and I found out I didn't like it. That was not for me, okay? But I trained one. He got in my truck with those dirty ass gloves, pushing in my brakes and touching all over my stuff and the wheel. I don't like that. That's nasty. Getting my stuff all dirty and black. I don't like that. I like to be clean and everything nice, and that's just the way I am. And yeah, it wasn't for me. And bottom line is, you don't have to be a trainer to be a contractor. You can be solo, like Polo, but yeah, another thing I want to add. So there's multiple things. I know I'm kind of all over the place a little bit because I'm throwing a lot at y'all. That's okay. Just listen, Another thing is, you have a home time account. You can put as much money in there every week as you want. That home time account is for, like, if you go home and you have an emergency, or you get sick and need to go home, or you have a family emergency, and you're off for 10-12 days and you need to cover some truck payment and insurance and things like that. That's what that home time account is for. That way you don't dig yourself in the hole. That way you don't dig yourself in the hole. And that's awesome that they got that. And like I said, you can put as much in there as you want. I don't like to put my personal business out there, but I have $120 going in there a week. To me, that's a pretty good amount. That's a pretty good amount. That's like perfect. Guys, the contractor division has been great to me. And like I said, I'm a person telling you right now the good. I honestly cannot think of any bad with the contractor division. As long as you do everything properly and all that, you should be golden. You even get more privilege as a contractor. You can take your truck home as a contractor. You can't take your, let me back up. You can take just your truck home. You can't take the trailer home with you. You have to drop your trailer at a secure location at a fenced-in area, because they want to make sure that's safe. You know, the truck is still technically theirs too, but they're being nice and they're allowing you to take the truck home. They're being nice and they're allowing you to take the truck home. What else was I gonna add? Like I said, you got a maintenance account, home time account. Like I was saying, contractor vision has been great to me. It's been so great to me. Now here's where I get to this point. It's been so great to me that I have went lease to purchase. I did not want to do a basic lease anymore, like a basic contractor, because we have, you know, just your regular contractor that does the 1 year or 2 year lease. Then you got lease to purchase drivers that are in a lease for 4 years, and that they're buying that truck. Then of course you got the owner operators that actually own that truck because they did the purchase or they did the lease to purchase, and at this point they've owned it because they've met their contract or whatever. I didn't want to be a normal contractor no more and do the 2 year stuff or 1 year stuff, because to me their contractor division is made to get you to want to be an owner operator. Some people just do lease after lease after lease after lease after lease, and they get the lease completion bonus and the 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 bonus. I don't want that. Like, to me, it's not enough money anyway. You know, like, I don't know, but so I stepped up and I'm here doing a lease to purchase. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Stevens is home to me, and that's that. Like I said, I recommend the contractor vision to anybody. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to at least try. It doesn't hurt to at least try. And like I said, if it's not for you, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I've seen people that it's not for, where they've went back to the yellow sheet where they turned their contractor truck in and went back company. That's okay, you know. But at least give it a try, because you'll be surprised. Because at first I thought it wasn't for me. At first, when I was pre-alliance, I backed out of it. I said, I'm freaking out about this, I'm freaking out about my fuel, my taxes, and all this. And really, I was freaking out about nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, it's not hard. It's really not. And Stevens has so many opportunities there for y'all. And it's within hand's reach. You just have to work hard and you have to get it. Thank y'all for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And ring the bell so you'll know when I post more videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.